Hello, I'm Jaron Weatherly. I am the writer, director, producer of the new 2D animated short, Jennie. This project has been in the works for at least a year and a half. I come from an Italian family, and my great-grandmother, Jennie, came over to America from Sicily when she was 7 years old. And as a filmmaker, I wanted to adapt that story and tell it in the most authentic way I could. And one of the ways that we decided to do that was through the medium of animation. During Christmas break of 2021, I was watching an interview with directors Phil Lord and Chris Miller, and they were talking about the marriage of live action teams and animation teams coming together to create films like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And that was something I was really passionate about, the idea of bringing two different teams together for one beautiful project. After working on our film, Tapping Out, I decided to contact John Cloves and pitch him the idea of doing an animated short film together.
And he's like, hey, I got a new idea. Let's do an animated film. And immediately I laugh at him because we're not animators. We don't know how to draw, we don't know how to animate, but he was dead set on this idea of we're gonna create this animated film. So we've kind of at that point accepted if we're going to be able to pull this off, we need to put ourselves in the animated world.
In that discussion of how we could possibly do something like this, Cortland Hodges was the name that came up as somebody we could partner with to create this film.
When I was here as a student, a lot of the animation people stuck to their own groups. They sat in here, and this is the animation lab. We weren't collaborating enough to create larger than life stories.
We came together during that Christmas break and started working on the story and implementing how we could use leadership to bring together these two different departments. And what ended up happening was we found that Cortland, in his knowledge, was just such a wonderful advocate and somebody that I wanted to work with as a partner, not just as a consultant. And we made him the co-director of the film. With this film, we were able to bring people from all walks of life and all ages. That was the most unique part of this project, is that everybody on this team is 25 or younger. And from the get-go, we started this collaborative process that was, we don't know what we're doing, but we're here to serve a grander story, so we're gonna work together to learn how to tell it. The idea of coming together to work on a story that was set in a different time period involved research of my family, and I reached out to a lot of my family members to receive information on when my grandmother was moving from Italy to America, what that time was like for their family. And we had all kinds of references to pull from. We actually had the real life photos of my family, the house that they lived in, the street, what the view is. In the beginning of the film, you see a shot of Italy, and it's the exact same shot as the real life location at that time. The idea of bringing something authentically to life in such a beautiful, artistic way was so exciting, and having these animators on the team to do so was just an incredible joy, because I got to see those images that I had only in my head come to life. And it was beautiful.
Jennie, she is a child, and we all kind of connect to her through our inner child. She's moving away from something that she knows, and I feel like a lot of us are in that transition period of our lives where we're about to go from school, which we've done for so long, to the real world. So it's kind of nostalgic in that way.
I moved from Romania to the States for college, having to move across the ocean to a whole new different culture that I was not used to, not knowing anyone. It was challenging, and it was pretty hard and even scary at times, but it was also exciting.
It might be a story of saying goodbye, but it's also a story of new beginning.
I've been in love with the medium of animation for a long time, and we thought this was the best way to deliver this story and be authentic to the 1923 time period. And we were able to use the idea of, okay, I'm coming in from a leadership perspective and a creative perspective and from the story, because this is my family's story, and Cortland is coming in from a technical perspective to lead these animators. And from there, we launched into this vision.
Jaron had come up to me and talked a little bit more about the project, something that I previously actually didn't think was very feasible. So it was really cool to move forward with the project and see this different side of animation with actual 2D hand-drawn digital animation through the project. Another thing that was really awesome was the amount of collaboration that we were able to bring into this project.
Growing up, I always loved drawing and animation, and I've always wanted to work on an animated film.
Jaron said something that really impressed me, which was, we really want to start building a bridge between the cinema television majors and the animation majors. And I thought that was a really cool idea. We went over all of the different shots. We talked about how the camera would move and how the house floor plan was all laid out and all of that. We basically drew a blueprint for all of the animators to follow.
It was just so whimsical and just really in the style that I like to draw in. I really love the pictures that Jaron pulled from his family photo album. Seeing all the ladies like in what they dressed in and their hairstyles and stuff really inspired me. And I'm also Italian, so I thought that was super cool. My great-grandmother immigrated when she was like 9 years old. So I was like, this is, you know, kind of like my story.
This commitment really brought out something great within myself, within my team.
You're drawing every single frame. Maybe your shot is a few seconds long, but it might take 1 to 2 weeks.
Fleshing out a scene, taking an idea, running with it.
Coloring and bringing the characters to life in a new way.
Lots of things to take into account, like how characters would react, what was the emotion I was trying to convey.
It was such a great experience getting to work with other young people that also express themselves through art. We all have different voices, and you can really see that throughout the different animation styles and the artwork of the film, and it was just such an amazing process.
Getting the chance to get your hands on a project and getting to work with people, getting to work with directors and higher ups and your coworkers, and collaboration and problem solving creates a whole new type of learning in a sense.
It almost felt like we were going on that journey with Jennie and with each other, and it just really grew all of us.
So, as you know, animation takes a long time, and we decidedly knew that this was going to be a commitment that was going to last us a long time. I didn't realize that it would be 12 months to the day that we would be exporting our final cut of this film. Everybody on this team has been fully committed from the get-go and has stayed on throughout the 12 months. I mean, that's crazy to think that we've been in production for a year now, and it's all students, it's all student filmmakers who are on this project putting their heart and soul into it. Every week we had a consistent production meeting. We would get together on Zoom and we would be all in different states. Some of us would have graduated and moved on to jobs, different things like that. But we stayed consistent and meeting together because we believed so fully in delivering this project.
To be part of an animation project where every single frame is touched by one individual person is incredible.
Another thing that has been a real passion for me is beyond animation, is bringing together a team of filmmakers and creatives outside of just that medium. So the idea of bringing back my composer from Tapping Out, Paul Zhao, partnering with him to write the original score for the film, and then also reaching out to a local Virginia indie band, The Consolation, to write an original song for the film's credits, something that has been such a wonderful part of the process for me. As we're animating, I get to go meet with these other creatives and talk about a whole other area of production.
This song was really collaborative, which was great for us because it was a little step outside of the box.
Yeah, it was also cool to like get to read the story before we even started writing and kind of jump into the shoes of the main character and kind of imagine what it might have been like to go on this journey.
It's cool to get to meet people that you would have never otherwise known before and get to work on something together and create together.
We never imagined that, we would be making a film with a lot of animation students being a cinema television student.
Working with the cinema television students or CTV students has been a fantastic process.
Art is so important for our culture, especially today. And when it's in the hands of young people, it can be even more inspiring because a lot of young people are searching for meaning and they're searching for stories that reflect their lives and stories that are being told by people their age who understand what they're going through. And this film, I think, is able to capture that.
I hope that they, first of all, will appreciate just how cool this story is, how cool history is. but they'll also appreciate their own family and maybe what their own grandparents had to go through to either get to this country or build their family or anything like that, and maybe they'll go hunt their grandmother.
Going to an unknown place can be challenging, can be scary, but again, it can bring you back to this sense of adventure, this sense of excitement. It might look scary, but it also can be very exciting. It can also make you grow as a person.
Animation itself, being able to captivate an audience through visual storytelling is by far an incredible vocation.
So they see that there are passionate people out there in the industry still, that 2D animation or just animation as a whole isn't dead or forgotten, or that there are still people that want to do this work, that there's something about this that people are drawn to.
I've grown as a director watching them and learning from them, and working on this film has been one of the greatest professional and creative experiences of my entire life, and I really hope you enjoy the film.
Ragazze, help me carry the pastina downstairs, per favore. Jennie.
Tomorrow is always too close. Are you ready to say goodbye?
No, but we've prepared them to say hello.
Nonna. Grazie.
Indore Havante.
We have to go.
See, your father is waiting for his familia.
Look to me. You see me, you see all these people. For our familia, this is where it all began. Go. Be that the beginning for your familia.
Ciao, familia.
Something is pulling me, something I lost but I can't let go. Retroactively, like a reverse echo, almost feels like home, or something that I've known.